Dude, I'm trying to give you the keys, bro. Control yourself, bro. Do not get married, bro. Bro, don't get married in AIT. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Or you gotta be stupid? There's no way. There's no fucking way. Yes. And do not have sex in the sewer.
This country, you gotta make the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the money.
Today I have a few major things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the United States Army, the things I went through, my advice on how to survive the Army. Yes. It's a big topic right now. You know, we're in war with Iran, and I know a lot of people are starting to want to enlist. A lot of people are getting out. A lot of people don't want it. You know, there's a mixed crowd when it comes to the military in America. The military has definitely changed since I've been in. I got out in 2021, and things are very, the best word I can use is dynamic. All right, let me make sure the audio's, if the audio's right, bro, put ones in the chat. All right, chat, let's get busy, bro. I'm here to entertain you guys, and that's what I'm gonna do. Welcome to Ortega's World. Today I have a special video for you guys. Today we're gonna talk about the United States Army and how to survive and what you need and the do's and the don'ts, because a lot of you guys need to be guided, bro. A lot of you guys need that go-to video you can come to, and you know you got all the information you need from a real person that actually went through it and that is actually going to tell you the truth, bro. A lot of content creators, they like to sugarcoat. They don't like to tell you the truth. The more people that know the truth, the less people can finesse. That's what it really comes down to. People are gatekeepers, bro. If somebody's saying they're going to give you the sauce, they're probably not going to give you the full sauce. So, thank you guys for joining me. My name's Ortega. I served 4 years in the military. I was a 14 Tango. And for you guys who don't know what a 14 Tango is, it is a air defense artillery. You guys see those missiles that are blowing up across Iran and blowing up across Israel and protecting the UAE? Yeah, well, that was my job. My job was to defend the airs, bro. It was a good job, but, you know, it was a very boring job. A lot of people in the infantry call us pogues because we're not, you know, at that time, we weren't really, like, you know, active for real. But now, in recent times, everything is missile warfare. You can't, what are you going to do? Shoot down a missile? You can't shoot down a missile. The only way you can shoot down a missile is with air defense artillery. So, you know, we become a really big, important part when it comes to defense, when it comes to armies, and when it comes to defending cities and countries. You know, we're a very big deterrent. So, I'm here to tell you guys the truth from the beginning. We're going to talk about basic training, what you should do, the do's, the don'ts, and what I recommend. So, come and join this journey with me. I hope you guys enjoy the story. I hope this sound isn't that bad, guys. You know, the biggest thing I don't want is that the music up here overpowers my voice. So, give me a few minutes. Let me maybe lower and let me be back. Hold on. I am back, chat. I am back from the dead like Jesus, bro. So, today we're going to talk about the United States Army. Basic training. Boom. You get that call. It's time to pack your bags. You're going to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. First off, I don't know what you're packing, but whatever you're packing, make sure it's light. Make sure you follow the guidelines. They give you a packing list for a reason. Make sure you do not have any contraband in your bags. Because yes, when you get there, you will be searched. They will dump your bags. You do not want to look like a dumbass when you get there, bro. First impression is everything. So, boom, you get your orders in the mail. Sorry. Your recruiter drops you off at the airport. He tells you, go here, go here. Realistically, these instructions are pretty unclear. If everybody who's been to basic knows that the recruiter, once you get on the airplane, it's like you have to really figure everything out. The way I figured things out, when I got to Oklahoma, I started following every nerd I saw with his shirt tucked in, speed walking with an army bag or a U.S. Army shirt. I basically started following them because those squares clearly know where to go, bro. So, you know, I was following them. You see them walking. You see them. Some people with bald heads, and you just follow them, you know, and make sure and you pray to God they're going the right way. Because these airports are huge. You don't know where the USO is. I didn't know what a USO was at the time. But that's not really important. Basically, find your way. You have to survive. Don't be scared. Everybody's going through. Everybody's feeling the same way you're feeling. You get to basic training the first day. Probably gonna be late night. Where I was Fort Sill. Fort Sill was very far away from OKC. So I was on a bus for 2-3 hours before I got to the base. And boom, you get to basic training. You're probably gonna be tired. The order that you're getting off the bus, that's your new number. Yes. 011, 012, 013. Yes. When you're getting there, they're gonna ask you they're gonna put a lot of pressure on you. You know, the shark tanking when you get off the bus is intense. But it's okay. It's okay. This is what you signed up for. Do not be afraid, because I'm here telling you it before it happens. They're gonna ask you to take everything out of your bags. They're gonna go through all your personal items. They're gonna give you an amnesty box. If you have anything illegal, any contraband, they're gonna give you an opportunity to throw it away. So all that money you spent on random ass items that you're not gonna use, by the way, everything you're bringing in your bag, you say goodbye to it. You're not gonna use it the whole cycle, so it doesn't even matter. So what's the point of bringing it? You lock your stuff away and you never see it again, by the way. Everything has to be Army issued. You don't get any of your personal items. So I don't even know why we have a packing list, but whatever. When you're in basic training, it's gonna be very hard. If you're not good at running, if you're not good at push-ups, if you're not good at sit-ups, you will be exposed. I was exposed. At first PT test, everyone is getting exposed. First of all, the push-ups you've been doing this whole time don't even count, bro. You're doing, let's say you're doing push-ups on the 30-day push-up, and they say 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0. So all the little work you thought you were doing, all the little push-ups you thought you were doing, they don't even count. When you're doing that 2 mile, it feels like you can't even breathe, bro. It's a horrible feeling. Time is on 1.5, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. I don't know. I'm a normal guy. You feel me? My athleticism, I was pretty fat going into the military, so my athleticism wasn't that high. So you're gonna get exposed. Those who pass, they're gonna do something called victory push-ups or something like that. And those who don't, we stand on the side and watch them like fucking fat kids, like disgusting human beings, bro. Bro, it sucks, bro. It sucks. It sucks. Hello? I leave upstairs? Am I able to get another cup of ice? Ice, yeah. So back to what I was saying. You're gonna get exposed, you're gonna feel bad, you're gonna feel like shit, you're gonna feel like the world is ending, but do not freak out, bro. Work hard, bro. When everybody's sleeping, do push-ups. When you're working out, do more sit-ups than you should. On Sundays, luckily, thank God, my drill sergeant used to hold an exercise day where, you know, everybody who wants to work out or has deficiencies, you get to work out with the drill sergeant. And luckily, thank God, they taught me, they basically re-taught me how to run. My whole form of running was disgusting and wasn't efficient. I could run, I've always been an athlete, everybody could run. But the way you can run to maximize time, that's a different story. That's a different story completely. So work hard, do not be scared. It's part of the process, we've all been through it. I've seen guys who look amazing, who has amazing bodies, amazing physiques, and they can't do 25 push-ups. So you're not the only one, bro. You're tired, you're sick, you're sad. A whole bunch of components that you never thought would affect you are affecting you at that moment. At that time, my ankle was hurting, I had a swollen ankle, I was obese, but we're there. I was in the C group, bro, B group, C group, B group. Look, I know everybody who's been through basic training knows what I'm talking about, bro. Oh my God. So boom, these are the tips I'm gonna give you for basic training. Do not be a lustful piece of shit. And AIT, by the way. There's so many people who go there to fall in love. You're not in basic training to fall in love. There's something called the SHARP program. Sexual Harassment Awareness Prevention Program or something like that, response program. It's basically the Army's program that if you look at a female incorrectly, you are done. Your Army career, everything you've wanted is done. Because you cannot keep your beep in your pants, bro. Had a guy who had multiple relationships in the Army, in basic training. And one of them got mad. You know, women sleep with women and men sleep with men. So the girls got together, all found out, and all went and reported him, and he had like 10 cases. He got kicked out the military. But guess what? Guess what's the craziest part when you get kicked out in basic training? You don't just leave. They keep you in limbo for months and months and months on end. I know you didn't know that one, right? So you're reliving, watching people graduate week after week after week. Thank you so much. Week after week after week. And you can't even have your phone. So by the time we graduate, we go to AIT, do a few months there, you're still there. I know people, oh my God, I know people who spent like a year there, bro. And if you get hurt, oh my God, bro. I think getting hurt in basic training to the point where they can't recycle you. Recycle, by the way, is when they let you redo basic training. Bro, it's worse than catching a case. You're in the same position, so you're in crutches, watching and helping the drill sergeant set up events that you should be included in, but you can't because you're hurt. So now you're in limbo, no phone, stuck in the midway point, bro. Because the military invested money in you. You know, they have to kind of, and everything takes time because you're not in the military technically and you're not out the military technically. So it's just like, bro, you get stuck in there for months and months and months on end, bro. So please do not get hurt in the military. If you have an injury, bro, fake it till you make it, bro. Just get through to AIT, bro. Just get through to AIT and everything will be okay. I promise. Boom, AIT gets there. You have a little bit more freedom. You've graduated. Woo, you're a piece of soldier. You're in AIT. Bro, do not become undisciplined. You have a little bit more freedom. When I was there, you have some TVs, you can buy games, you can go to the PX. You have liberty depending on your class, your PT score. There's a lot of factors that give you the certain liberties, but average soldier does get an AIT. Do not get in trouble. Do not fucking contraband tobacco. Do not fight. Dude, I'm trying to give you the keys, bro. Control yourself, bro. Do not get married, bro. Bro, don't get married in AIT. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Or you gotta be stupid? There's no way. There's no fucking way. Yes. And do not have sex in the sewer. You're not gonna believe it, bro. You're not gonna believe me. Yes, people were having sex in the sewer, in motels, in bathrooms, in AIT. And yes, they got kicked out. Yes, they got dishonorable discharge. Do not let complacency get to you. Work out, pass your exams, and if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And that's a fact, brother. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. So if you know you're not good at a certain subject or something in a test that you're gonna take in AIT, hey, you speak over, bro. But you shouldn't have to cheat, bro. You know, like they train you pretty good, and it's open book. Stop crying, bro. Stop being lazy. But remember, people don't give a fuck about what happens in between. They only care about if you passed or not. So that's why I say if you're not cheating, you're not trying. You come home as a failure, as a I got kicked out before even getting into the army, dude. You're weak. You're weak, bro. Oh, boom. You graduated AIT. Son of a gun. You meet the standard. You didn't get sharped. You didn't get hurt. And you're having the time of your life. You made it through. You're probably going to go on leave, depending on where you get your next duty station. They're probably going to give you hella leave. So you're going to get probably maybe 30 days or 15. On that leave, do not go back and hang out with the homies. Do not get in that car with that weed. Do not get in that car with somebody with a gun. Do not be a fucking dumbass. You are on a different path than the civilian people that you were with before. Understand that. Once you understand that, life gets better. Do not get in trouble when you get back home. Do not have interactions with the law. Do not speed, bro. Do not speed. Work out every day because of the following. You've made it through. Boom. Cool. You're in the airport. You're going to South Korea. Congratulations. Or you're going to Fort Sill. Or you're going to another military base. You're going to go into this place called in-processing. Every military base, every unit, when you're going to a new base, you have to go through a process of in-processing where they get your documents, they get any medical documents you need, basically they put you in the data in the system. And basically they put you in the system, and that first week that you're there, first week, second week, you're gonna take a PT test. That's why I said you have to stay in shape. Work out every single day, you lazy son of a. I'm about to get active again. Okay, so you made it to the base, bro. They're gonna give you a PT test off rip. That's why you have to stay in shape. Do not go back trying to eat those processed foods. Do not go back trying to look cool, bro. So, hold on. So, how does the video look, guys? Am I looking good? Am I looking good? All right. So, boom. They're gonna give you a PT test. You better fucking give it your all. This PT test, it's a reputation thing, bro. It follows you. For some fucking reason, people think because you run fast, they can trust you. I know there's people looking at this like, what? What are you talking about? Yes, bro. In the military, if you run fast, you're like a maxed out individual. Like, you can do anything you want. Like, you get different privileges, you get promoted quicker, you get to be in your room more than people because they know you can pass a PT test. Hold on, guys. Hello. I'm just live streaming. I'm just live streaming really quick. Okay. I'll be here. All right, we're back, bro. All right, I'm about to spaz. So, boom. Chat, how's it looking, bro? I'm not playing with y'all, boys. How's it looking? You guys can see me good? Okay, so you've made it to your base, bro. And you have to pass your PT test. For some reason, being a good runner, they love that shit, bro. Your first sergeant, your platoon sergeant, they're going to look at your PT score, and based on your PT score, that's how they're going to treat you. I know you don't want to hear it. I know a lot of people are probably going to, try to disagree, but those OG Army guys, those OG military guys know that if you're a fast runner, you get different privileges that others don't get. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can't even be mad about it. Cool. You can run a 13-minute 2-mile. Fuck you. When you get to your first unit, by the way, this is just in processing. You're gonna be there for like a week or two. You get to your first unit, another PT test. Everything is about PT when you're first getting into the military, bro. Even towards the end of your career, bro, everything is PT. So go ahead and get that shit out the way. And you better try. You better run your fucking ass off like you've never ran before. If you do not run your ass off, bro, and you fail this PT test, you will be a high-risk soldier. You will not get promoted quicker than you think. It's going to be an issue, and it's just better to just pass it. Try to pass it with flying colors, but I know you've been a fat ass for 30 days because you went on leave and you didn't listen to me. So now you're surviving. All right, so let's go back to the. Let me tell you guys a real. How to get promoted quick in the military. As a new soldier, the first thing you have to do after a few months, first of all, hold on. You do not be making friends. Nobody's your friend in the unit. The first month, don't be hanging out with people. Get to know them, watch them, understand them, but do not be fucking friendly, bro. Don't be on some friendly shit. All right? Nobody's your friend. Nobody's your friend. The first month, you're observing. You're neutral with everybody. Because you do not want to be sharing secrets with random motherfuckers that you then later realize that they're the fucking Blue Falcons of the unit. Or they're the ones that are high risk. Or they're the ones that are doing bad things. They're doing weird shit. So, my friends, my lovely, lovely friends, how to get promoted quick in the Army. As an incoming soldier, a new soldier who just came to a new unit, who just came from basic NAIT. The first few months you're there, the first 2 months, you should be asking your sergeant, hey, how can I get on the soldier of the quarter board, soldier of the month board? I want to excel. I want to become great. How do I do that? Once you say that, your NCO is going to look at you like, what? You're voluntarily, because people have to be forced to do things like this. Because nobody wants to do more than they should. People just want to go to work and go to their room. Go to work and go to their room. But if you, my friend, devote a good 6 months to being high speed, low drag, you will have a successful career when it comes to being in that base in that time. Remember, a different base, different people, different leadership. So they say. We'll get into that later. So once you tell him you want to be on the soldier of the quarter, soldier of the month board, he's going to see the enthusiasm. He's going to text in the group chat with the other NCOs in the platoon sergeant. Oh, hey, Private Ortega wants to go to the soldier of the quarter board, soldier of the month board. Ooh! But once you say that, you're going to be on the radar. Because guess what? That goes to your first sergeant and your captain. What are they going to say? What? Bro, every captain and first sergeant wants soldiers to bring to the sergeant major to do these boards, bro. And they say, oh, he volunteered, bro. They're gonna really like you, bro. They're gonna really like you, and you're gonna really shine. Every formation, you have to be there 10, 15, 20 minutes prior. There's a saying in the military that goes, if you're on time, you're late. So you have to be there. The normal thing is to be there 10 minutes prior. But to be on top, you have to be 15 to 20, because guess what? That's when your leadership is meeting. And if they see you there early, they see initiative. They see, bro, it's a mind game, bro. You can be a piece of shit, but if you do these little things that I'm telling you, bro, you will prevail. You will succeed. And that is 100% fact. And anybody who's been in the military knows what I'm talking about. Everybody knows that I'm saying the truth. Everybody knows that what I'm saying is the real spill. If you're on time, you're late. Ask your NCO for soldier boards. Pass your PT test. Make sure your uniform is always squared away. By squared away, I mean make sure your uniform, your name, your rank on your PC is not crooked, is not out of regulation. Make sure your name tag is in between the patches. Make sure you're squared away. Your uniform is ironed. Your boots, get some new boots, bro. If you go into the military and in the first 6 months you do not get new boots, bro, that's a red flag. We don't fuck with you, for real. You're wearing them heavy ass boots from basic training. By the way, for civilians who don't know, after you go into the regular army, if you use your regular basic training boots, you're a piece of shit. You're weird. You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted, for real. Like, what is that? You know how heavy those boots are? Like, if you're not getting some Oakleys or you're not getting some really nice $200-300 boots, why? You can't be trusted, bro. You can't be trusted. So, I got you guys, bro. I got you guys. I'm about to tell you guys the truth. There is a downside to everything that I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you because I'm really realistic. I'm really transparent. And I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I don't care how it makes me look. Because you're high speed, because you're there early, because you're asking to do these things, your life is going to be a little annoying for a little bit. Because they're going to use you for every single fucking tasks there is. Yeah. Thank you. And they're going to out-task you, bro. Sometimes you're going to be the only one doing work. And there's 60 people in the platoon, and only 3 of you guys are doing the work. And after a while, that shit's going to get annoying, bro. They're going to ask you to do, what's it called? Like different taskings, you know, like go volunteer here or go do that, or, you know, like basically they're going to bitch you for a while. And that's the con of doing the right thing in the army. Because the piece of shit who doesn't volunteer, who wasn't there early, is in his room all day. And that's the biggest problem in the armed forces, that those who do the right thing are usually overworked and sometimes overlooked. I was overlooked. I was doing everything I was supposed to do until I decided, hey, I'm not gonna get taken advantage anymore. So as a new soldier, you make sure you're being high speed for 6 months, and maybe that will let you be in your room for the rest of the other 6 months. You know, because you're always gonna think you're doing the right thing. But there's gonna get a point where you have to set a boundary with your NCO. You're gonna have to be real with him. Hey, look, Sergeant, I'm high speed, but you know, like, hey, I have other goals. I want to go to college. I want to do this. You know, I'm getting tired. Like, you know, you gotta be real. Like, I'm not a bitch, bro. I'm not a bitch. You know, you gotta put your foot down, bro. And it's like, how can you do that without kind of spazzing, you know? Like, without spazzing, how can you really tell them that you're not a bitch? You know? So, a lot of soldiers get disgruntled. A lot of soldiers get out because they just feel so overly used. And then the work you're putting in isn't matching the pay. Like, you're not getting promoted quick enough. The piece of shit that's in his room that runs a 13-minute 2 miles is getting promoted quicker than you. And seeing stuff like that, and then getting bitched, and then having to put your hands behind your back, and getting insulted all the time. Bro, the morale is disgusting. For any leader out there, if there's nothing to fucking do in the motor pool, send your soldiers home. Stop trying to be a goody two-shoes, bro. Things can be done tomorrow. Most things can be done in the morning, before lunchtime, after lunch. Everybody be in the room until I let you know. You do not have to. Why do you want me in the cough so you can watch? So we can all be watching TikTok, chatting up. We can do that tomorrow, bro. Respect people's downtime, bro. Being a soldier, being a leader. It's not just about being a soldier. Being a leader. You have to know and respect your soldiers. You have to understand you were in their position one day. We know you have an NCOR. We know you're fucking a dick rider. You're first sergeant's dick rider. Or you're a platoon sergeant's dick rider. But bro, stop making your soldier's life miserable, bro. Tighten up. Because once you get out here to the real world, can't do that shit, bro. So, sorry, that shit kind of made me kind of pissed, bro, thinking about it. And, you know, the longer you're in the army, the longer you start realizing that the person that is a sergeant major, the general, the platoon sergeant, is the fucking piece of shit that didn't get out the military. The one that coasted, the one that did the bare minimum, the one that was on his knees the most, the one that made the friends with the NCOs, the teacher's pet. Those are the ones that become the leaders and then become the ones leading the formations. And that's the biggest problem in the army. The good ones get out because they feel neglected, and the bad ones, the okay ones, the minimal, the complacent ones stay in. And those are the ones who become leaders. Yes, that is the truth. But there is a small group of good leaders. Sergeant Leach, Sergeant Brown, Sergeant Major Adams, Lieutenant Quadra, Lieutenant Doctor, Major Perales. Who else? So many leaders that help me. A lot of the leaders in the military, they have a big issue. They're amazing soldiers. Well, so they say. But their credit score is garbage. They have 3 divorces. Their car is a piece of shit. Their kids hate them because they never see them. They devoted their lives to the military, which is not a bad thing, but you have to learn how to balance your home and work-life balance. As a soldier, a young soldier, plan your life. While you're in the military and you're going through the suck and you're alone and you're sad, plan your life accordingly. Who and what do you want to be outside of this organization? Outside of this uniform, who are you? Ask yourself that every single day until you get an answer. And when you get that answer, start working towards your goal every day. Do not make the army your entity. Well, you can make it half of your identity because being a soldier, being disciplined, doing what you're supposed to do is a good thing. But don't let it consume you, friends, brothers in arms, and sisters. Be aware, be conscious, and stand up for what you believe. Life is going to be okay. Just make sure to follow these steps that I'm giving you. Go to college when you're in the military. I have my bachelor's. Every base you go to, you should be using your VA loan to get an apartment building. 3 to 4 plex. Yes? Are you tracking? This is how you create financial freedom while you're in the military. Make sure when you buy this property, you're catering towards veterans. Towards soldiers. Because you know they get that BAH. Right? Yes? Are you tracking? No, I'm fine. Make sure your credit's right. Do not buy a car. Do not buy the fucking Scat Pack. Do not buy the high-ass APR car. Buy a car cash with your bonus. Trust me, bro. You wanna know how I'm rich? Well, there you go. That's how I'm rich. That's how I did it. Bought a car cash. Before I got out the military, credit score was at 750. Bought a semi-truck before I got out the army. That's how it's done. Plan your future accordingly. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want a part 2, like, comment, subscribe. And thank you guys for joining me It's Ortega's world, and we're out.
I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fucking fail. I'm gonna fucking fail. I'm gonna fucking fail. And I will succeed.
Failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail.
You can't control the outcome all the time. What you can control is your process. You can control those intangibles. You can control the work ethic, the consistent discipline, your attitude. All those things are in you. They just need to be drawn out of you.
And guys, I'm here to tell you that if you are experiencing a losing season right now, understand that there's a winning season around the corner.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up.
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful.
Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist. Go live.